The New York Yankees have just made multiple moves for this team, which has huge implications going forwards, as one of them is primarily a shortstop, a position that has a lot up in the air right now, considering Anthony Volpe's struggles and his injuries. Meanwhile, the Yankees were just proven right in an absolutely huge way that also is going to impact what the shortstop position looks like going into next season, and we are going to waste no time jumping into all of it, guys. But real quick before we do that, if you're part of that 70% that's not subscribed to Yankees Digest, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss a single New York Yankees update. We got videos coming out every single day that you don't want to miss out on. We're having so much fun on this channel going over everything New York Yankees, bringing you all the news on the team that you could possibly want and everything covering the Yankees, so make sure to be subscribed if you're not already, and let's jump into the video. There's a lot to go over right now because the Yankees have gone out and made multiple moves. I mean, this team right now acting fast. Not only is obviously the biggest move that's happened thus far the offseason, Trent Grisham returning to the team on that qualifying offer, but on top of that, the Yankees have gone out and made other moves as well that do have some big implications on this team, specifically in regards to that shortstop position right now. With Anthony Volpe struggling and then going down with an injury that is going to keep him out into the next regular season, there has been a lot of questions on if Volpe is still going to be the unquestioned starter once he comes off the injured list. Now, the easy answer is many people are expecting yes, because the Yankees feel like they don't want to just accept that they were wrong on the Volpe front. However, they do have another shortstop already on the roster by the name of Jose Caballero, who's proven the Yankees right for a trade that was made for him, and also just that he is very much a guy who should be the Yankees starting shortstop of everyone in the organization right now. However, that didn't stop the Yankees from making a few different moves today, one being a shortstop, as the Yankees have signed Jonathan Ornelas to a minor league contract. Ornelas has 32 games under his belt with the Rangers and Braves from 2023 to 25. Last year in AAA, he played horribly, though, only slashing 196, 295, and 303 numbers in 115 games. But he is a versatile fielder, playing second base, shortstop, third base, left field, and center field. We know the Yankees like these guys, and that is exactly what they just went out and did. They got a very talented fielder. Cashman goes out, brings in another guy who can very much field the ball on this team. However, there are concerns about him. For instance, the fact that he, can't hit, like, even modestly is definitely an issue that we have to be well aware for the Yankees. I mean, we look at Ornelas throughout his career thus far, and he hasn't played in too many games. I mean, only 53 at-bats in his MLB career and 9 last season, having a 222 batting average, a 522 OPS, a 55 OPS plus. Now, obviously, the numbers are skewed. He had 9 at-bats. Of course, they're going to be skewed. But for his career in these 53 games, he hasn't shown anything with a 208 career batting average, and in the minors this year, it just was bad. He had a 196 batting average, a 295 on base percentage, a 598 OPS. He didn't steal a ton of bases, which you would imagine out of someone who gets a ton of steals, especially because he did play a decent amount. Obviously not a home run hitter, not really a hitter at all, but he's there because he could field excellently, and he does give the Yankees someone who they could put in a pinch at shortstop. Last year, one of the biggest issues that the Yankees had was that they didn't have any backup shortstops behind Anthony Volpe either. Until they traded for Jose Caballero, there was no real other shortstop who could step in and play the position for the Yankees at all. I mean, truly, there was no answer to that question. There was no one else who could have gone out there and done that. The only other person who Yankee fans were calling for was a literal teenager in George Lombard Jr., and Lombard's obviously great, and many called for Cashman to pick him up, but it makes sense why he didn't. Lombard just is not ready yet, and he's going to play in obviously spring training this year as well, and we're likely all going to see him play well, and myself included will be like, yeah, just throw him up anyway, because the shortstop position right now for the Yankees is really, really bad. Now, again, if Caballero repeats what he did last year, it's not so bad, but that's also a tall ask, and we'll get into that in a second. But with Ornelas, he's not someone to have a ton of just excitement about. I mean, look, outside of that, there are other moves that the Yankees made. But in regards to Anthony Volpe, who in his 539 at-bats had a 212 batting average and a 663 OPS and an OPS plus of 83. I mean, even just by the numbers, he was better than Ornelas. Now, again, Ornelas actually did have a higher batting average, but again, it's 9 at-bats. You can't really take that too seriously. When Volpe was an everyday player who teams would heavily game plan for so they could make him chase on pitches, which they did, and Volpe really struggled last year and showed that he probably shouldn't be the Yankees starting shortstop, especially when the Yankees are going out there trying to win a World Series, which, I think is honestly a very fair argument. Now, the Yankees made other moves as well, as multiple sources did reveal this, saying, from Gary Phillips especially, saying that MLB signings, a few MLB signings popped up for the Yankees transaction page, including Antonio Gomez. Initially a catcher in their system, he tried to convert to pitcher last year. Yankees Prospect Watch also said that Antonio Gomez has re-signed with the organization, and it's likely a multi-year deal, as he's likely out for all of 2026 due to elbow surgery. And seeing John Brophy right here say, I'm doing research for an article, and I saw that the Yankees re-signed catcher turned pitcher Antonio Gomez last week. The experiment continues, it seems. It also seems that Squid, which is his nickname, isn't returning to Scranton Wilkes-Barre next year, as they signed Jonathan Ornelas to an MLB deal on Friday. So there's also that to be well aware of. Now, because of this, obviously it's a few different moves that the Yankees have made, and a lot of people are going to start answering the same or asking the same question. So, look, teams make deals like this all the time in the offseason. The reason is to add depth onto the roster. It doesn't necessarily mean they're going to play a whole lot. Gomez, probably not going to play this year because of elbow surgery. That all being said, the Yankees are going to still go out there and add more depth to this team. Specifically in that shortstop area. Remember, as I just mentioned earlier, the Yankees, one of their biggest problems was the fact they didn't have a shortstop. It's not that they didn't have a good shortstop outside of Volpe. They didn't have one. He had to play. If Volpe got injured, the Yankees were effectively screwed because they had nobody really else who could get the job done at all for the team, and that was a big concern. There was nowhere else to turn. They would have likely to turn towards their prospects or towards just the minors in some sense. And if that didn't work, sign someone in free agency or even in a pinch. And this is more if Volpe got injured halfway through the game and had to come out. You even have to consider moving Jazz there just because he is a phenomenal fielding second baseman that for half a game, if you need him to, you can throw him out there, but don't actually try to make the man become a shortstop because he is a second baseman who just, you could throw him in there in a pinch for a few innings if you have literally no other warm bodies. But the Yankees need to make sure that they have more shortstops, and Jose Caballero does give them that because Cabby, he is everything you want out of a Yankee shortstop right now because he's an elite fielder. For someone who's a bargain type of guy who's not a star, you're paying him nothing. One of the best base runners in the MLB. Great fielder, phenomenal arm. He's just better than Volpe in every sense of the word. And the Yankees, they just got proven right about that again, as recent news has also revealed that the Rays' Everson Pajeda experiment did not last long. 3 months after acquiring the outfielder from the Yankees, Tampa Bay traded Pajeda to the White Sox on Tuesday in a multiplayer deal. The White Sox sent right-handers Yoendris Gomez and Steven Wilson to the Rays for Pajeda and minor league infielder Tanner Murray. The Yankees signed Pereira in 2017 as an international free agent and jumped from rookie ball to AAA between 2021 to 2023. Now, obviously, the 24-year-old Pajeda was once considered one of the jewels of the Yankees farm system and among baseball's top prospects. He had 300 average with 18 home runs and 64 RBIs over 2 minor league stops in 2023, but he has not been able to find any success in the majors. He played in 27 games with the Yankees in 2023, batting just a 151, 14 for 93, with no home runs and 10 RBIs. He was traded to Tampa Bay on July 31st for Jose Caballero, who filled in well for the Yankees down the stretch with Anthony Volpe struggling and dealing with a shoulder issue. Now, obviously, Caballero has been a steal for the Yankees in every sense of the word. Cabby had a 266 batting average with the Yankees with 21 hits, 3 home runs, 9 RBIs. The man still stayed the elite base runner, getting 15 stolen bases, having an 828 OPS in these limited runs that he had. Caballero should be the Yankees starting shortstop if they don't add anyone of sustenance this offseason. The only shortstop free agent that has sustenance is Bo Bichette, who likely will end up re-signing with the Toronto Blue Jays as well. So with all this being said, Caballero makes the most sense. Meanwhile, Everson Pajeda goes to his third team, where he had struggled in the minor leagues, as we could see here. Not that it was terrible, 256 batting average, 867 OPS. The OPS is actively very good, but in the majors, things went horribly awry this season, having a 138 average and just a 465 OPS. So the Yankees, they just got a guy in Cabby who's been absolutely huge for a guy they were never going to use, especially with all the depth in the outfield, especially with Grish being back. The Yankees bring up Spencer Jones, having Jason Dominguez, trying to get Cody Bellinger, Aaron Judge's existence. All this means that it was an awesome trade for the Yankees, and I know that we all, in our own separate times, like to take time to bash Brian Cashman for some of the mistakes he's made, but this was an objectively great move by the Yankees and Cashman. Now, on top of that, just real quick, just to go over the numbers of Gomez right here. He is very, very interesting as a player as well because he is turning into a pitcher. He didn't hit the ball at all. Excellent fielding catcher. Well, a good fielding catcher. It's why he was playing because the man couldn't hit the ball at all. 481 OPS. But in case you're wondering about him, given we're not going to see him bat because he's trying to be a pitcher. What do you guys think about all this? Let me know in the comments down below. Like this video, subscribe, turn on post notifications. Have a wonderful, wonderful day, guys. Go Yankees.